Welcome back to that build. And today it's all about the continued progress of this build. I'm so sorry. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, this is my Porsche 911 Turbo 964 Replica. It is based off a 71 Beetle chassis, which is remaining unchanged. It has to, in order for my ability where I live, for it to be road legal. I can't do any chassis modifications at all. But anyway, yeah, you too. Anyway, so more or less at this point in time, I am at the point of finishing off the chassis, which of course means I need to have all the holes drilled. I need to know where everything's going so it can be bolted up and sealed. So I do have the underside, even though I've got to redo a portion of it now, the underside primered, ready for the bars over there to be installed, and of course then button everything else up. However, I've just made more work for myself. The parts that we have here, which I've just finished creating in this episode, which we haven't yet got to, obviously, are not 100% complete yet. So these parts right here, which are the anchor points, which were originally just going to be underneath and then sandwich the whole thing together, I then had a thought to make it even stronger and better, but of course that does mean more work. Anyways, so yeah, I can't really finish off that just yet. I'm going to have to do more grinding on those and on the tunnel. Why do I do this to myself? I've got a very short time to get this done, at least done to a point where everything's buttoned up and not strewn absolutely everywhere. I need to potentially, more than likely, be out of this space by the end of September, October. There's a long way to go, and it's short time to get there. I know that song. Anyways, so on with the episode. So another job done, kind of. I still do obviously have to prep these, paint these, etc. and so on. These little pieces of metal, which I was cutting out earlier, more or less will go underneath the body and act as anchor points. I'm actually going to secure these to what we have over there, the frame runners, even though they've just been painted anyway, and the center tunnel. Talking to the engineer, it's perfectly fine to do this. So I'm quite happy about that, because otherwise it's literally just going to be bolts and then secured and then the pan holding them in place. So actually having them welded to structural parts of the body, yeah, makes me happier in general, but just makes the whole thing much more tight and secure. And of course I won't have any long-term issues with the thin metal. Obviously I still need to hammer out where these will go, because it's got a rippled surface, they're flat, so I've got to do that yet. And then of course I have to do a bit more prep, weld those pieces in, which I've got to reassemble the chassis, put those runners in order to do so. I'm really losing so much time here that I just don't have. It's an absolute problem, but I don't want to half-ass this. I want to do it right, but I'm working to a massive schedule and timeline that is just killing me in terms of doing this properly. But anyway, we will succeed eventually. Parts have turned up, and these I'm really happy with. It's brand new, refurbished, not brand new, pedal assemblies. So completely powder coated, really nice looking, nice and free. Everything about them is pretty much ready to bolt in and looking quite good. So out goes the old and rusty, eventually in go the new ones. I will be replacing the pedal runners. I'm not going to have Volkswagen or any badges. Maybe I've kind of decided on something, but I don't think I will. Yeah, it's going to be a badge-free car. So the VW pedals, I'm just going to have something else there as opposed to those. And then, yeah, that's more or less that. So they'll be going in eventually. I've still got to finish off other bits of the chassis there before we get to that. These pieces eventually welded in, and then securing down the frame runners that are prepped and all that sort of thing with the seat. The seats I have decided on. Not here, won't be here, probably won't even get them before October, to be honest. That might be a final reveal. So I'm either going to make up a prop seat in the meantime. I can't bolt on those 924 seats. So I don't know, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, more or less at this point in time now, that frame once again will be going back on to then take it off again after that and finish off this. I'll get there eventually. But anyway, so thank you very much for joining me. As always, like, subscribe, comment below, etc. This has been Dat Build. Now get back to your build. Until next time, guys. Cheers.